everyone, and a good afternoon to you from the Circuit de la Sarf here in Le Mans. France is partying currently after what happened last evening. We hope you're all also gonna enjoy a party here in the Circuit de la Sarf for what should be an interesting race coming right up for you. Welcome everyone to round 2 of HoloProto World 2026 qualifiers, which also serves as round 3 of HoloProto Japan and international qualifiers. Welcome everyone to Split B of the Le Mans 600. So let's take another rundown. Let's take a rundown of the circuit once again to take a look on what we're going to be dealing with on today's pretty interesting race. The Le Mans 600 taking place at Circuit de la Sarf, 13.6 kilometers of this legendary racetrack here in France. 38 corners in total. So many legendary corners, including the Tetra Rouge, the two chicanes at the Mulsanne, Indianapolis Arnage, the Porsche curves, and then the final two chicanes. And as with the Split A race, we will be racing for a total of 300 kilometers. Let's just hope that there will be no stuttering or crashes for today's streams. We saw a 339 in yesterday's race. Can we see a 335? We'll have to wait and see. It's all going to be dependent on conditions, because right now it is colder than yesterday, so we might expect less blisters and more pushing. But we'll have to wait and see there. So if you do want to know what happened on what's currently happening in the format, there's a bit of a change here for this weekend. For the purposes of wanting to host less races, the ARO have decided to merge splits C and D for today as World Split B in this round here in Le Mans. Of course, this is going to be a one-off format change, and we will return to a 4-split format like Fuji in Manalika in the next month or two. The race distance, of course, as we established earlier, is twice the length of the previous race of the usual race distance for a World Series race, 300 kilometers in total, or at least for a World Qualifiers race. And for just like in Split A, we will do 23 laps here in Le Mans. So points earned this round will count not only towards the World Qualifier standings, but individual splits A, B, C, and D standings, but also will count towards the JP and international qualifiers, JP qualifiers and international standings. And here's the points format for this race. Feel free to take your time to read this, because we're not going to go through the entire rundown of the entire points system for today's race. So let's take a look into the current Split B standings after Fuji. We apologize for the wrong posting earlier this week, because I am honestly pretty much tired from all the bus ride. If you know, you know. But anyways, currently at the top right now, 5 of the drivers inside the top 6, on which the podium sitters from Fuji, all but one of the podium sitters in Fuji Speedway in the Riding on Dreams weekend in terms of Split C and D, were Ligier drivers who basically represent the device class cars, Regloss and Flowglow. Only Ryan Kagawa have broken the mold. Their qualifying pace was pretty good, and their start was unassailable, which allowed them to build a massive gap. So that's why you see them currently in the top echelon of standings. But I do want to point out that they will be given all of these cars, or the device class cars, will be given 80 kilos of ballast to balance things out, to allow the Orcas to get another chance to catch up. We also have some drivers up in the front, Rafael Oliveira and Sven Jensen, who finished 4th in their respective split races, as does Lapidus and Daniel Barg, who also finished inside the top 5. We do have some interesting permutations here. Joshua Zurit and Dak Patterson, who I just want to remind you that they are also hosting the VTRP's Formula Holo races that's happening at the same time. Hopefully they're doing as well as I do in hosting races. They're well in terms of ARO competitions. They're currently down in the dumps. They're looking to see if they could get some performance improvements for this round. Oleg and Jake Martinez are looking to get rebounds in their performance, but we'll have to wait and see if they can find something at Le Mans. And of course, there's the Split A standings, the Split B standings, and the individual standings. then he's done all that. After 2 rounds in them, you can take your time to read about them at your own time, because we're about to immediately start qualifying. So anyways, welcome everyone to Le Mans as per usual. My name is Laurent in the commentary booth. Dak and Joshua are currently busy with the Formula Holo on their end, so that's why they're not available for ARO. Right. But anyways, we got the first cars out on the track, and we're just gonna check here. Lorenzo Ricci, another one of the very strong names, one of those very strong names in the competition. Lorenzo Ricci, of course, has made his name in ARO competition as one of the serial winners in ARO competitions, already winning 8 for his own record books. He's also won 8 as a partnership, which has won 7 races with Adak-RMS. One race under Hoshimaki Suisei. And for the driver who currently is sitting in pretty much down in 14th place in Split D in World Qualifier standings, he's really going to be looking to see if he can find some good performance. As does Misaki Sakura, who was, in her own words, mediocre. Anyways, Misaki Sakura also looking to see if she can bounce back from the disappointment at Fuji Speedway, not being able to break into the top 10, let alone the top 5. And as for her own records here, she at least has a win under her own record when she won for ASCII in HoloProto. This was in Mandalika. And of course, when she got the first win, she was, of course, pretty much elated. So, will she try to get into the top 5 at least? And here's also Daniel Barker. 4 wins for Hoshimaki Suisei so far, with Suisei already having 6 in all competitions. Has won HoloProto win in Le Mans last year. He's looking to defend his crown. He's looking to defend the crown for not only himself, but also for Suisei and Hoshiris. Rafael Oliveira has had a pretty okay start to the season. And looking into also some uplifting news, Ayana Kimura back into like screaming duties. We're still waiting for drivers to try to cross the line. Let's see how many more drivers are we going to talk about. Yeah. So yeah, another overarching plot point for this race is essentially the Vice Class cars running Elysians. After they ran away with things in Fuji Speedway, the talk is about how to reel them in, and since the Motegi weekend, they've still been hit with 80 kilos of ballast, which should dampen their opportunities to have quick single laps and the quick burst of acceleration at the start. So it looks like they have been properly reeled in. And then also just wanted to check who else is this one. I also want to point out also own personal supremacy. We'll see how it goes for them. And all James and Martinez are the only two drivers who have yet to score points in the World Series. Marcel also had yet to score. Let's see if they are able to get themselves out of right. Anyways, let's take a look into the hotline here in Le Mans as we can see Dick Martinez cross through the Ford and the Miracle chicanes to start the lap in Le Mans. You see the curve goes saw that Evans actually going off the inside wall in the split A race in the last race today. And here's the first two points, the Dunlop curve. You might have to lift a bit at the Dunlop curve before you really break into the Dunlop chicane. Try to hit the and then slide out into the left of the bell. Escalate the left way. Slide down on the brakes there and hang around in third gear for the turn in. And then first into Jet Rouge. Use the access road as your markers for your braking and then try to go for the earliest point of acceleration possible from Jet Rouge and into the Mulsanne straight. A good time to absolutely stretch the car to the limits of the top speed, especially the Antares curves. And see Martinez already has a good amount of help in the slipstream. Already 305 kilometers per hour coming into the first chicane, the Daytona chicane, and he's absolutely running wide here. Speaking of which, as we established earlier, the will start in the front row in the XCS races that will be hosted soon. As anyways, Dick Martinez is currently barreling through into the main straight here, trying to go for a slippery move. And down the inside, he goes 309 kilometers per hour into the Michelin chicane. He tries to beat Rudy in the Mizumiyasu number 45. Absolutely clearing Rudy, but I think he's clipped Rudy just yet. Oh yeah, he has clipped Rudy. Rudy's gonna go at Martinez once again. He only has 6 minutes. They now come into the outside corner. But we'll have to concede in this one. So it's gonna be Jake Martinez, who's currently on the charge here. Not exiting the side. There's a bit of a press at the Coca Gulf. The right-hander here. That's the second car flying into the Coca Gulf. And he was a long back straight. Oh! Absolutely hit the curve. If it was the Mercedes CLK, he would have been flying right into Indianapolis. Quick right-hander before you immediately brake into the left-hander. And then short versus Garnache. Into the 50-meter mark. Brake immediately down to the first gear. Blast your way at the exit Garnache into the salt, which is basically a flat out. But that's not where the big challenge comes, because you're going to have a very fast set of corners coming right up. It's the Porsche curves, and the fastest is coming right up to you right now. Porsche curves, and then into the pond. Now, I would argue that you might want to try to downshift to 5th gear. All the other things you have to stick to 6th. And here's the downshift to 5th gear. That now makes this Corvette. And the information launch. No problems for him so far. And then heavy braking into the 4th chicane and then the hot wall chicane. Complete lap here in Le Mans. And just one more acceleration to go. And that is a lap here in Le Mans. And Jake Martinez is going to set a 3:47.07. Shannon Reza, meanwhile, is on pole position. 3:37.037. Half a second faster than Lorenzo Ricci on pole position. His younger brother had won from pole position. Can the older brother get things done and essentially give Masaki Biju her first win in ARO competitions? This is the driver who has won in 9 main races. He's never won in HoloProto yet. He's never won in HoloProto just yet. Could this be the race where he finally ends that winless streak? We're looking into the drivers, and right now we are seeing a few who have yet to complete their laps. Here is Iron. We'll see how he goes coming into Porsche curves. Already 3 seconds behind. You can see the gap though between fastest and slowest cars. And I do want to point out here that the Ligiers are pretty much struggling. So-myung-eun right now, the fastest of the Ligier cars, sitting in 3:43.920. The battles are absolutely killing these cars. Which, as far as defending champions are concerned, that's one coming the defending champion from Seagull from last year. Joshua Zuri is now qualifying in 6th place. Not just set this time, he will start 18th as it stands. Yep, there's going to be a massively rude awakening for the Ligiers in Le Mans. They've now been properly wheeled in here in the Circuit de la Sarf. Lexibo will look to start alongside Moshad and Reza at the front row. Kaikawa 5th, Zurich 6th, Kyle Williams in the Oro Corey number 92 in 7th, Cal Gibbons in 8th, De Oliveira in 9th, Harami Kiriko will round out your top 10. Aziz Mouazib is currently in the pit box here. And currently has issues with the car. You can see here, already having issues with the car. So he won't be taking any further part in this qualifying session. Now, as we're about to go through the conclusion of this qualifying session here, we are going to update to you on what is happening right now in Barcelona. For the record, the FHCS race in Barcelona have just kicked off, and right now it's Kanade now leading over Shirakami Fubuki in 2nd place, Nerissa in 3rd, Muna in 4th, Ella in 5th. And here's what is currently happening here in Barcelona. Here's the Pulsar elect. Look to see if he can try to use the similar field strategy as his brother had. Well, we are just gonna conclude this qualifying session here. I'm not sure if it can be done, but I think that should be it. I'm gonna see if there's gonna be changes at the standings, but I hope there won't be any. To immediately finish off this qualifying session. Okay, there's only a few changes here. Barger and Damasha have only swapped places, but they basically start at the front row, so there won't be any issues as well. And for some reason, Aziz Mouazif will start on pole position. I don't really get why. Alright. So I'm just gonna need to do a bit of a revisionism first. So while we're just going to so we're just gonna do some manual stop thingy. We're gonna do a manual readjustment of the grid order. So hopefully everyone should be able to stick around as we're going to do. Okay. All right. So we're gonna give a bit of a rundown. So Sharon Reza will start on pole position. Lexi Bowen will start in okay, well, you know what? I think let's just do it in reverse chronological order. So, Azim will start at the back. He will be joined by Ri Liu in row 16. And then after that, we have Ali J and Rudy, who will be starting on 30th and 29th. And then we also have Shango and Dak Patterson, who currently occupy 27 row 14. And then Masaraido and Joey on 26th and 25th. And after that, it is Serin and So Byung-eun. Looks like the Ligiers are gonna have a bit of a hard time after not having the ideal qualifying session. And we will check if okay. So that will be let me see. Serin will start at the back actually. So it's Serin and Ri Liu on row 16. Rudy and LG will start 29th and 30th. Dak Patterson, Shango, and then Masaraido and Joey, and then Masaraido. So Byung-eun will be joined by the lowest qualified Orca, Ayari Nakamura, in 23rd. And then Angela Sims and Hinochi Tayo will be starting alongside each other in 21st and 22nd. And then on the row 10, it will be Ed Sky and Chaka Labradores. Misaki Sakura in the 12th, it will start 18. Johnny Pranata in Hoshinawa Muna's is number 69. Will start in 17th place. And then after that, we have Jake Martinez and Sven Jensen. Remember, Jake Martinez is yet to score points, as does Ali J. Let's hope that it'll be something good for them. Daniel Barger in the 41 will start in 14th place with Vladislav Damashnev in 13th. Hazik Yazid and Hanami Kiriko will let me just check here. Hazik Yazid and Hanami Kiriko. Okay, we are just gonna swap over Barger and Damashnev in this one. All right. So after that, we have the top 10, which will be well, not really top 10, but the top 10 actually started in Hanami Kiriko. And then you got your Rafael de Oliveira, Yuri Rafael de Oliveira will as the drivers in row 5. Row 4 will be Cal Gibbons and Tyle Williams. And then you also got Ryan Kagawa and Joshua Azurid on row 3. Irene and Lorenzo Ricci will start on the second row along each other. And then there's also the pole sitter, Bomashaj Reza, and Lexi Bowen starting alongside in second place. So that will be the grid sorted out. And we are going to load for this one. All right, so we're just gonna take a bit of time here. Hopefully everyone is enjoying the racing here in the FHWC. So again, let's do an around the grounds moment and see what's happening here. And right now, it's still the top 5 have remained relatively unchanged. Ata Kanade has already had a very massive gap right now. Here's the Fuawa machine currently occupying the 13th place spot. So nothing to, well, it's doing okay at the moment, but in a series like this, we're just gonna see how it goes. All right, so in Le Mans, we're going to officially take a look into the starting lineup for real. Omashad Reza, of course, will start on pole position against Lexi Bowen in second place. Koseki Biju and Shraga Noel gets representation on the front row. Lorenzo Ricci and Iron will start on row 2 with Kagawa and Joshua Azure on row 3. Tyler Williams and Cal Gibbons make out row 4 with Rafael de Oliveira 5th on row 5 in 9th place alongside Nami Kiriko in 10th. Hazik Ghazi and Daniel Barger will start alongside each other in row 6. On row 7 will be Damashnev and Sven Jensen. Jake Martinez will start 15th alongside Johnny Pranata in 16th. Isaki Sakura in 17th place with Chaka Lapadores in 18th. Ed Sky 19th with Chitayo in 20th place. Meanwhile, at the back of the nearing the back of the field is Angela Sims in 21st, Nakamura in 22nd. That will be the Orca cars that have made qualifying time. Then there's also So Byung-eun in 23rd, Joey 24th, Maserati in 25th, Dak Patterson 26th. The Ligier contingent, the device contingent, not having a good time in qualifying. Can they find something in the race? We'll have to wait and see. Shango 27th place with Rudy 28th, Ali J 29th, Sabin 30th place. Really 31st, the last of the drivers who have set a time in qualifying, with Aziz Mouassez starting at the back after his issues at the after he has his issues in the qualifying, which prevented him from taking part, so he will start at the back. Alright, so Le Mans is calling the names of 32 cars in split 32 names in split B. Only one will come out as a winner. Will it be Mohamed Reza, who will be starting on pole position, who will looking for his first win in HoloProto, and Koteki Bijou's first win in HoloProto as well? Or will it be either any other drivers further back? Anyways, we do have the race coming on right now. The Le Mans 600 gets ready for everyone. And it's going to be Mohamed Reza on the front row, on pole position no less. And then alongside him will be Lexi Bowen, and the races go in split B of the Le Mans 600. And Lexi Bowen, as what happened in split A, the inside driver gets the better start as all these drivers now make their way into turn 1, into the Dunlop curves. Will there be heartache? There is the answer. It will be none this time by, as the Orcas and Ligiers now make their way unscathed here. As Marzo gets his car running. It's going to be Lexi Bowen now leading the field. Irene in 3rd, Ricci 4th, Azurid in 5th, Gibbons 6th, Kagawa in 7th, Tyler Williams 8th, Daniel Barger in 9th place, Hanami Kiriko makes out the top 10. Great stuff there from Lexi Bowen. As we saw, Lexi Bowen, she absolutely made use of the inside line to cut Rasha and Reza at the start. Again, standing start here, so of course we can't do anything about it. But here comes the part you all are probably going to be enjoying most: slipstream racing action in the Mulsanne. And here we see the first of the moves here. It's Lorenzo Ricci now under pressure from Azurid, who now goes up into 4th place. Gibbs now moves up to 6th. Williams still staying put. But here comes even more slipstream rounds. You can see balance left, right, and center throughout the entire racetrack. Tyler Williams is not done though. Watch as he goes. He now goes on the inside on Manning Kagawa in the Convoglio Redding in the number 01. As you also see here, Ricci trying to get himself in position back against Azuri. No heartache for anyone here. No crashes so far in this World Series race here in Le Mans. The split B running of the Le Mans 600. Lexi Bowen has now pulled a near 1 second lead over Mohamed Reza in 2nd place. Jake Martinez now is going to go defensive against Ben Jensen. Absolutely on the charge. Speaking of which, Hazikiazi also trying to go down the inside on De Oliveira, but it won't be enough for him. Meanwhile, Jake Martinez, going very wide here, trying to go for a swooping run to defend his position, and there he does. There you go, he defends his position. Ed Sky currently occupying at the back. Already lost a lot of time. We'll see what happened to Ed Sky. So this is what happened here. 3 wide action in the middle of things. First got hit by, oh, that's Joey. That's very ugly from you. Ed Sky thought that his race was over, but just needed to wait until the cars went out. So so he does have a second chance here. It's not a retirement-inducing DNF, but it might actually be a penalty for Joey. There's another replay here. Just stick around the inside, but it didn't really give his fellow device teammates a bit of a look in here. But anyways, stewards are going to be taking a bit of an investigation here onto Joey, and whether or not he will be getting a penalty. To me, that based on precedence, he will be getting a 30-second. Oh, there's a car going off. Oh, there's Joshua Zuri going off. It's going to be ugly. Oh no! Once again, that's a point. It's pandemonium as Joshua Zuri is desperately trying to get himself back on the track. He has severe damage on the car. He really cannot get the car moving. He is trying to get his car moving. But listen to me, that he's going to be peeling into the side of the track. Massive heartbreak for the Mori Calliope driver. What is going on here? Azur trying to get himself back, but he will be the first driver out of this race. Absolute agony for the Mori Calliope driver. Death has come calling for even the apprentice of Death. If you want to know what happened here, it's Joshua Zuri trying desperately for a move against Iron. That didn't go to plan. And then Azuri just desperately trying to get himself back on the track, but then he had a bad rejoin with Tyler Williams. I think Joshua Azuri only has himself to blame for this one. Desperation from the defending champion. We'll see what happens in the onboard here. Trying to go to the inside Indianapolis and hits the inside wall before the left-hander. And then just tries to rejoin the track. There's contact with Tyler Williams, who is not happy with this incident here, with the unsafe rejoin. And then that with that amount of terminal damage, there's no way Azur is going to be able to continue. That will be him out. He won't be able to complete a lap in Le Mans. His chances of qualifying for the World CEO is going up in flames. He has only accrued 1 point, and it will be 0 points coming out of Le Mans. And with the cutoff line extending to 100 soon, there's every chance that he will not make the World CEO. There's a good chance that he will not be able to defend the title. Just absolute heartbreak for Joshua Azuri, the 2025 World CEO champion. Already has 2 bad races out of 3 in the HoloProto World Series qualifiers. And you just have to wonder, this might actually come back to haunt him. Meanwhile, as Boba is going to see if he can get his gap back against Bowen. Iron, meanwhile, on fire right now for Hakos Bales. Just have to see this one. Oh yeah, if you do want to know what's happening in the FHWC or FHCS race in Barcelona right now, Koseki Biju is outside the top 20, so meanwhile, just wanted to remind you that Hotonose Kanade is absolutely dominating the pack here in Barcelona. But we'll see how it goes as we're about to continue towards the race in both ends. But anyways, well, one Hotonose Kanade is enjoying her time. Seirin, meanwhile, is currently occupying near the back of the grid, and you can see here Edsky already coming back to beat to dice his way against the device traffic. And Seirin, meanwhile, is going to see if she can defend a position from a hard-charging Edsky. And speaking of which, Nakamura is still actually the best driver right now for device. And despite the 80 kilo ballast, he is still showing competitive glimpses against Nakamura right now. Meanwhile, Iron is closing in. onto Mohamed Shazir Reza for the battle for second place. Oh, yeah, Iroha and Muna looks like has just been involved in a collision. Sorry, it's Cici. Cici and Iroha who have been involved in a collision in Barcelona, so that is a very much huge shame for them. Speaking of which, we're about to start lap 3 and we will see how the pit stop strategies will come. As we're now seeing Shadrin is just continuing to lose pace. Could this mean that Shadrin is actually heavily loaded while Lucky Bowen is pretty much lightly loaded in terms of fuel, but that is. So, and also the battle for second place is heating up here. Michi and Count Gibbons now catching up to the top 5 as we speak. And right now we are seeing both Lucky Bowen and Shadrin Reza commit to very similar strategies. And actually, Lloyd's Reach and Iron also have committed to similar strategy. Same goes for Callum Gibbons. Callum Gibbons is the heaviest fueled out of everyone so far. So he's currently in a very realistic position to try to win this race, as does Jake Martinez. But of course, we'll have to see how it goes. Meanwhile, the battle in the med pack has already heated up. Is already heating up here. Hasan Yazid was also involved in that collision with here comes Van Jensen. No, got down the inside against Vomashnev. More battles afoot here with Sakura trying to defend against rather Jake Martinez trying to defend against Sakura. Johnny Manata, meanwhile, look out for him. He's now around the outside on Sakura as they now exit Central Rouge into the Mulsanne Straits. It's a neck-and-neck moment for these two drivers. Sakura has a better straight line speed and she will look to be ahead at the Kona chicane. Barger, meanwhile, has beaten Yuri Rafael de Oliveira. Meanwhile, more battles afoot at the back as we're now on lap 3 of this race. Iron has now made the pass on Shadrin Reza for second place. Shadrin Reza and Iron both on equal strategies. Shadrin Reza is going to see if he can try to lose as little time as possible and to avoid conceding as many positions as possible. He's still pretty good in second place, but I'm not sure if he was able to get this win with Leslie Bowens' electrifying race pace. Pretty well in the FHCS race in Barcelona right now, and as such, you also want to take a look into the driver who is currently representing her in Le Mans in ARO competitions. Yuri Rafael de Oliveira, who's currently running in 10th place. Meanwhile, Iron has now gone at it against Shadrin Reza once again at Indianapolis and back into Arnage, and it will be Iron's position. It will be Iron's second place. Shadrin Reza's race pace is just not there. Which Angelo Sims is now beaten by Chaka. And into Indianapolis. Oh! Oh, that gets very, very close there. And actually there's contact between the two. Sims tried to go for a switchback, but that has not gone very well for her. Nakamura, meanwhile, has not pulled away against Dak Patterson, who now has pulled a 13-second lead. Patterson is just going to hang around at the back right now in 21st. Just going to need to hope that there will be miracles at the back. And Sky, meanwhile, is just going to chill around 28th here. So right now the remaining cars in the running will be 31st. It will be 31, and it's a bit of a contrasting fortunes here. Domestic Arctic currently leading the FHCS race at Barcelona with her representing driver in Aero competition series. currently occupying the back. And the weather is actually being overcast. I wonder if rain is about to come. Cloudy. Might be a chance of rain. As you can see, and Hazik Yazid's got issues. It's that, or he has. Oh yeah, Hazik Yazid has went off, and he has been confirmed as retired. Hazik Yazid, and if you want to know what happened to him, so here's what happened to Hazik Yazid as we started lap 4. Hazik Yazid tried to go for a move against Daniel Barger. Oh, got overzealous on the curve and then made contact. Had a similar incident similar to Raymond Rosales, but this time he manages to catch the car, preventing him from spinning even further and actually stay out of harm's way. Daniel Barger there, and then the suspension damage from him. Daniel Barger is on board. That's a bit ugly there, and then Daniel Barger, I think this is mostly Hazik Yazid's fault. This will mean Samuel will be back in the points as a result. Side by side with Tyler Williams there. Rory Luna versus It is a interesting battle of sorts as we now go back to normality. So Reza, meanwhile, is trying to see if he can maintain his composure. He's still winning a good shot against Iron here. Lorenzo Ricci, meanwhile, is breathing down his neck for that third place here. Meanwhile, Kyle Williams trying to go against Harvey Kiriko, but Kiriko has a better positioning at the Michelin chicane. Harvey Kiriko also has proven her winning credentials when she won at Okayama in the JP Zako. Meanwhile, is currently leading his pack cars. Jensen has just overtaken Barger. Mustang has overtaken by Misaki Sakura. The merry-go-round of cars at the straight will continue. Oh, you can see here, this is what I mean about car when they hit the curb and they had a bit of an terrible moment in golf. And that's exactly what happened. Oh, no! That is a massive crash for plus Misaki Sakura, as Damashev actually tagged her and sent her into a spin. A high-speed accident that's gonna block multiple other cars out, and it will also mean that Hinochi Taiyo is gonna be out of this race as well. Okay, race stewards are gonna be confirming about Joey first, who did for his collision with Ed Sky. We'll see what happened with Just wanted to check on the Alright, so we'll see what happens to Misaki Sakura. Here's Misaki Sakura is on board as they come into Indianapolis. Oh, got tagged there by this one, and then it got collected by Ryan Kagawa. That gave her terminal suspension damage. Oh, yeah, that is very ugly from the Mashnev. That is very ugly. So many high profile instances. This is actually similar to what happened with. It's actually similar to what happened to. Azure, you can see here, just absolutely tagged Sakura like that. It's a very bad day for a lot of these drivers. Lots of retirements, a good amount of retirements already. Azure has already confirmed his retirement as one of the first cars out. There's also Angela Sims, who's also out. Yazid as well. I think Angela Sims, yeah, Angela Sims was also out as well. Nakamura also having her own incident as well, but we will check on that later. Has now come into the pits here for a pit stop service. I think it is a case of pit stop strategy here, but I'm not really sure if for some of them, I think it might be actually be a full retirement. Okay, I think this is becoming unfunny here because we'll see what happened. We'll see what happened. Alright, what happened to Muhammad Shahid Reza? It is an engine failure that essentially undid his chances. Oh, yep, just parts failure, just like that. That is him out of the race. If you want to know what happened to Nakamura, as we've established earlier, he was, of course, involved in the incident with, was involved with it was also the retirement alongside Misaki Sakura, Antino Shitayo, and then Ayo Nakamura joined in on the action. And just since, of course, had the incident with oh no, this is a separate incident actually. So this is the incident between Sims and Nakamura at the Michelin chicane. And so Sims just misjudging the position of Nakamura and just being tagged, and the car just wouldn't start as a result. So many victims in this one, and also we also the early incident with Kazik Yazid with Daniel Barger. That will give the Vice Class cars a chance to further compete, but for Muhammad Shahid Reza, who is still going to be waiting for his first win for Koseki Biju, that will be a very bad time for him. This will also mean that Sabin, who was running in last place, is now currently in 25th. And speaking of Canada, let's take a look at Barcelona once again at what is happening in the VTR Pizzas end. Otto Canada now leads Raura Bandera by 13 seconds, Mokoko in 3rd, Rurika 4th, and Iroha in 5th place. Otto Canada looking to be the dominant card to get things done here in there in Barcelona. But meanwhile, as we're saying this, We're seeing side-by-side action between the Ligiers. Let's take a look at Sarens' battle with Rudy, and then Ali J and Masaraido. Lots of side-by-side action for the device class car. So Byung-eun currently leads this pack, currently trying to defend against Shango. Shango now down the inside. Well, that Patterson just continues to march on, leading the pack of device class cars on his own with 15 seconds ahead. Being 15 seconds ahead. As we're seeing more of these battles here as they're now coming into the Mulsanne corner. Shango, meanwhile, going side by side with So Byung-eun still sweeping around the outside. That's a very great exit for the Ichijo Rijika driver as he now barrels his way into Indianapolis and Arnage. Meanwhile, S-Guy now going to see if he can be close in on the action with So Byung-eun, who's ready to make a move against Shango. Drivers already making their pit stops. Shunriza, of course, having a parts failure in the car. Reliability undoing his charge here, so have to press on as usual. Lexi Bowen will now be the pretty much driver to beat here in Le Mans. Hanami Kimi going to the fastest lap of the race, 3:37.323. Going to see if that Maria Luna number 31 might actually have a chance to win here in the De La Saf. In the De La Saf circuit. Hello, MM Marina. The top flight of football. But anyways, Etsuka has now cleared So Byung-eun and is now looking for a move against Shango. Shango only 3 seconds ahead of 3 seconds behind Jack Patterson, sorry. Okay, right now he's doing a pretty solid job here. As for the device class cars, we are gonna take a look into the checkered flag of the I'm gonna go for another around the ground because the race results have just been confirmed. Canada has taken the checkered flag here in Barcelona for the FHCS race part. Aurora will take second and Mogoko will take third. So here are your top 10 here in the FHCS race. Okay, so anyways, back onto the current situation here in Le Mans. Lexi Bowen currently leads the pack by over 10 seconds as you're going now, number 08. Kagawa has now made the pass on to Vlasa Domashnev. Jari Pranata, meanwhile, going to go side by side with Martinez as we see also Kagawa and Domashnev. Oh, that's contact actually between Kagawa and Domashnev at the Michelin chicane. Still pretty much frantic racing action at the here in the Mulsanne. Ed Sky meanwhile has now just cleared Shango and his eyes will now be set on Dak Patterson. Alright, so we're just gonna take a look here on the first 5 drivers who will at least be guaranteed points. So based on the current outlook here, Angela Sims will grab the first point of sorts. Angela Sims will be getting at least a single point from this outcome. Siren still fighting against Rudy. Side-by-side action here. Oh, Johnny Pranata! Johnny Pranata has crashed with in his battle with Jake Martinez. Alright, so here's what happened. I just want to see what happened to Johnny Pranata here. This is the case of a driver just going overzealous to the Indianapolis corner. And oh, another high-speed spin. And that is a very heavy crash there for Jody And I think that will be him out of race. Inside line at Indianapolis, and then just had a pirouette into the outside wall, in the inside wall there. That will be him out of race. That will be Johnny Pernata confirmed to be out as well. So Johnny Pernata will be in 5th place. Side by side. Device class drivers, they are not careful. And right now they are showing their metal here, and they're just showing their calm and collectiveness as they're now going to go down and get into Indianapolis. Jaime Girico in the pits for her scheduled pit stop here, as we see Say right now go sweep around the outside of Rudy here. Jensen already coming into it as well. I mean, we do want to point out that it was a collision, so it will be a 30-second penalty for one of the. So I am just gonna double check on what happened here. Oh, Rudy! Rudy also has issues. All right, let's see what happened. Now I don't really remember which one had the. Let me just check. Which one had the violent crash, other than this one. First comment to the pits. Nakamura. Oh yeah, Rudy. So, if you want to know what happened to Rudy, I think this is mostly just a case of an engine failure for him. And here's them coming into the Porsche curves. Which there's no issue. Oh no. He just hit the wall too hard, and then that essentially sent him into a retirement. Nakamura was involved with this. Double check. Oh yeah, the incident involving Misaki Sakura. So basically, it will be Vlasta Damasha with a 30-second penalty. Yeah. So Vlasta Damasha will be given a 30-second time penalty. Well, technically, Damashev will have a penalty. So yeah, Damashev will now have a 30-second penalty to his name, who is currently running in 8th place. Wazif as now in the pits here. Drivers now doing their scheduled pit stops. Gibbons, getting very close there to Ricci, but almost engine tears for the driver representing Roboco. And now tucking in out of the back on Lorenzo Ricci here. Ricci is just gonna keep his wits about it. Callum Gibbons is just gonna race past in second place, but the outside line at the Mulsanne corner is actually proving fruitful for those who want to defend their positions, and that's what Ricci is doing right now in this battle for 3rd place. Pit stop cycles are currently underway. Meanwhile, as they're now still gonna go side by side at Indianapolis. Oh, that's very ugly between the two. Oh, and that's gonna shove Gibbons a bit off wide. It's still a great defensive maneuver from skip and still hang on to second place. Richie is absolutely charging here. He might just have another chance when they get into the exit of Tetra Rouge and into the back straight. The big talking point right now is whether or not Mashnev, who is still trying to charge his way up into the top, is now currently in 7th place, but will likely be bumped down a few positions after penalties, because obviously he caused the collision with Misaki Sakura. Just sent her spinning at Indianapolis. He's now been given a 30-second penalty as punishment. We'll be seeing him devote 5 positions. He now comes in for his pit stop, and joining him will be Richie. Setanyan's strategy was the strategy to go if you're in an equal number of pit stops with your opposition. This is due to the weather, which has been pretty warm here in Le Mans, because we're of course racing in possibly one of the hottest summers we've seen in years. So I believe has already made her pit stop and is now chilling in 11th place. Not expected, but expected to make at least one more pit stop as a result. Well, if you're tuning in from the VTuber Racing Project streams, welcome to the ARO. We operate under a slightly different jurisdiction here, where instead of the talents themselves racing in the competitions, we have the drivers representing the talents racing in these competitions. Good among them are still have their representing talents as their Oshis. So that's also a bit of that as well, as we're now seeing Ali J go ahead of So Byung-eun. And we're already seeing a car going off, and we have that Patterson also coming in for his pit stop. I can't wait to see how the Ligier cars will fare, and it will be a 2-stop strategy for a lot of these entrants. So most of these entrants are just going to do their first pit stops here. Yeah, I know what Chrono's feeling right now. There was a bit of desperation at lap 1. If you saw the replay onto what happened to Azurid, well, if you haven't seen it, let's show it to you again. And it's very damning indeed. So, if you want to know what happened, let's play the clip. Just a desperate move against Iron, and then just slammed the outside wall, trying to get himself back on the track. And in desperation, he rejoins very unsafely, gets hit by Tyler Williams, and then exactly this is what happened to Azurid here, just causing a massive pileup. It causes a bit of a pileup as Raymond Rosales, but you can tell that his desperation has absolutely costed him this race and potentially qualification to the World CO Series. I can't even imagine how he feels. Probably dejected right now. But anyways, the race has to go on, and right now the device class cars, despite staying at the back, have been doing a very good job though of staying out of trouble. And looks to me that he, as the driver who is the first of the device class cars who have made it, and actually he's the leading device class car after pit stops. And he is doing pretty okay as it stands. And for now, just want to remind you that there are already 23 cars remaining. Rudy is already out. And also joining him, of course, is Jody Pranata, who also out of this race as well. Mohammad Reza, of course, coming out as a with another disappointing race, and potentially going to be out of the contention in the World Suyo. So many, and also we got Misaki Sakura, who was involved in that collision with the Mashnev. Was an innocent bystander, honestly. Hinoshi Taiyo was also involved in the incident as well as Irie Nakamura. So that's multiple cars already out of this race. And there's also Angela Sims, who was involved in the incident as well. At one of the, I believe it was a Michelin chicane. So yeah, it is just. And also we have Hazi Yazid and Joshua Zurid basically occupying the back positions as well. These are drivers who have already been out of this race. Daniel Bogart is also out, and I do want to point out though, fourth place Vlasa Demosnev is doing okay right now, but remember he has a penalty that he needs to serve. It's just one of those. There's an ongoing theme right now that Joshua Zurid can't catch a break in recent times. Obviously, in the competitions, he's been involved in multiple incidents. Just so many incidents happening to Joshua Zurid, whether it's his fault or not. The amount of incidents that has been involved is just insane. And I'm not even kidding. But anyways, we do have cars currently back out on track. Cars already being recorded with points. Hazi Yazid and Joshua Zurid, of course, exit Le Mans without scoring any single point. This also means that Jake Martinez and Ali J will be guaranteed points. And Martinez currently is running in 5th place, looking to get himself out of point purgatory. Shango have now exited the pits and has just beaten Dag Patterson. He does not have warm tires just yet, so he's going to take some time to chill right now. Meanwhile, Patterson is just going to be hunting down his position. Meanwhile, Kirito has just beaten Lorenzo Ricci. As both of them have already made their pit stop, so Kirito added an absolutely amazing charge here. Lexi Bowen is going to try to hang on for as long as she can. Lap or two, and I think she might be able to make it into this race like Porsche Beza had done. Eight laps already complete here in Le Mans, and with much of the race still to go. I think we're at 15 laps to go here in this race. Might be able to finish this before 6 p.m. Local time. And right now we are just gonna see Bowen now cross the line to finish 9 laps here at De La Salle. Or rather, Ali J is looking for a pass against Green Liu. The local cars running the special unique individual 3D outfits for these cars instead of the standard outfits we see in the 7FS. So we'll be talking about it as well. Collins and Jake Martinez have now just gone out of their gone into the pits right here. And here is the illustrated gap between Irene and Lexi Bowen here. I think this is a bit on purpose to press the screenshot just to illustrate to you of what it looks like, the gap between Bowen and Iron. All right, so we're just gonna see multiple drivers already coming into the pits. Tyler has just gotten out. His rival should be Daniel Barker, and he should have the ability to be ahead. And Scott also comes in for his pit stop right here, doing a good job here to recover from that spin that he's had earlier in the race. Tire charts here. The top four have yet to make the pit stop. Gibbons leads the pack of those who have made at least one pit stop, leading against Kiriko, Ricci, De Oliveira, and Jensen. Burns and Martinez have just made their pit stop. Alright, just wanted to remind you that, alright, it just kept happening, it just keeps happening. The VTRP stream will have to wait for a while as the FHWC race will have to be on pause right now. The race hasn't started yet for obvious reasons. But while you're waiting here, let's just enjoy the racing in Le Mans. As right now we're looking at Sean Gordon on board in the CPGO car. And Lexi Bowen has now come into the pit. Will it be a good pit stop for her, or will it be a bad one? Iron will also be joining in, and we are also expecting the Moshnev and Kagawa to also join in on the pit stop action as well. And right now we're talking about how good is able to catch up to Bowen. And right now the cars are already peeling into pit stop amongst the top two. We're expecting the Moshnev and Kagawa to also do the same. Of course, the Moshnev will also have 30 seconds added to his pit stop, to his race time for his collision with Misaki Sakura. Ryan Kagawa will continue for one more lap. Very much war-torn car. Bowen has exited and is able to maintain the lead at the moment. Iron will look to hang on to second place. Actually have to make one more pit stop. Iron as well. Kagawa might actually be the driver that might have the best advantage possible. He's currently trying to stretch the field low, as what Chucky Freza had done. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead with exit at the roadside corner is now going to be a side-by-side battle between Koga Nigo and Okunoze Kanade. Seirin is gonna try to keep things level with So Byung-eun. He's also coming into the Porsche curves and they're still going side-by-side. Seirin might... Oh, and there is a very hefty collision there for Seirin. So Byung-eun actually to close the door, but Seirin carried too much speed. Into the baseline launch they go. Seirin will have to try again, but you can tell that this is good amount of damage on that right side. Even though it's a really visible, thank you to the course of gone side by side with Kiriko. Manages to worth on that money. No retirement since Rudy's engine failure. They are going to go side by side as they're now coming into the multi-siding corner. Kiriko goes around the outside. See if she can have a good exit there. And the answer is going to be yes. Gibbons is now going to be on the inside line heading into Indianapolis. Back. He has to conserve this one. And right now the eyes will be on Ryan Kagawa. I just want to remind you that Kagawa has one more pit stop to do. Bowen and Iron will also need to potentially make one more pit stop after this. So it might not be Kagawa's race to win after all. But it's damn for sure going to be a close one. Ollie J also, I just want to remind you, have yet to make a pit stop amongst the device class cars. It's a very lonely race for these drivers involved, and it's going to be a good demonstration race for the device class cars who had been off the pace since qualifying. On Honda Gitana Michiko, still no retirements. Since Rudy. 11 laps complete. We're about to approach the halfway stage of this Le Mans 600 Split B race. Kagawa has now come into the pits for his stop. It will be his one and only stop if this is anything to go by. He's going for a similar strategy that Shaka had in yesterday's race. Well, it was Shaken Reza who takes the checker flag for pole position from that strategy. Kagawa doesn't even start on the front row. Rafael de Oliveira doing a good job in 6th place. But it is still going to be an interesting situation here. Oh, look, it's the Decathlon. But anyways, back into racing here. Martinez now chasing Tyler Williams for that top 10 spot. Kagawa has just exited. He's now in 9th place. Ollie J has done her pit stop, it seems. That guy is still pretty much chasing. Oh, no, she's already peeled in to stop. Yeah, I thought she's already peeled in. Jack Patterson is on the charge, you know. He's currently running in 18th. He's about to consolidate his lead in amongst the device class cars back. This guy will look to beat Ali J. Shango has just exited the final corner. Ali J still being limited by the pit stop limiter. But she should beat everyone here, and it looks to me that Jay will also have a full tank of fuel and will look to be in a similar strategy with Ryan Kagawa. But we will have to see how far she can stretch that fuel load to go on that one-stop strategy. Martinez and Williams still go side by side. Williams now trying to punch his way into the top 10. Martinez in car number 10 in the top 10. Trying to make it stay that way, but Kyle Williams already has a very good exit off of Michelin Corn and the Michelin chicane. And this will put Tyler Williams in a position where he will be the one who will be taking 10th place. Well, Martinez has a way better slingshot there, making use of the slipstream that's been admitted by Williams, and now going around the outside. Jake Martinez tries to fend him off, and there he goes. He fends off Williams. Great racing action for the interesting action on show here in Le Mans. Staying around in 11th place against Martinez in 10th, Kagawa 9th, Demeshnev in 8th, Jensen in 7th, and Rivera in 6th. Hanamiri has gone for her second pit stop, it looks like, and it will be a full pit stop, right? It will be a full rim. Aaron still looking very good to hang around in second place. Alexa Bowen is honestly having a lonely race at the moment. He is still trying to chill from this point on from the lead. And it's very funny though because basically is the one who sets the pace at the front, basically for the mid-race and not take the lead and just build the lead, like for example Silence Suzuka, but she's just gonna chill from where she is right now, as Jensen, De Oliveira and Wazif also make their way into pit stops. De Oliveira has just exited in 12th, and looks to me that he will be beaten by Kagawa. Kagawa just showing lot of that can't make justice if it makes any sense, because remember that Rivera and Kagawa were basically on opposite rides for the switch. In 19th place, chasing that Patterson in 18th. It's going to be a pretty solid points day for the device class cars with the current extended points format. This is akin to finishing in 9th place. And regularly 9th place will offer you 40 plus points. And this is a good time to get those 40 plus points to at least soften the blow and Alright, so a bit of an update here. The stream is now back on in the VTRB's the race will start on their end. The research guy Noah will start on the front row for the FHWC race in Barcelona. And guess who's on leading at Le Mans? Lexi Bowen. Shogai Noah, meanwhile, will start on the front row. We'll see if she's able to take the lead at Barcelona. Right now, the race has pretty much calmed down as far as battles are concerned. Sarian is now in 23rd place, just chilling around. Demeshnev is in the top 5, but based on the current gaps here, let me just check the gap between Demeshnev and this one. It looks to me that he will be demoted into 12th place after penalties. It's all a game of fine margins. We're just gonna see how these cars are going. Anyways, 13 laps complete here in Le Mans. We've already entered the second half. We're just gonna be chilling around. Bowen will be chilling around at the front. Looks like that she will make one more pit stop, as will Irene and Cal Gibbons. Have made that second pit stop and will be good for the rest of this race. Is now going to be making her charge against Tyler Williams for 8th place. Right now Kiriko is absolutely blistering there. She's got, I believe she still has the fastest lap of this race, and she is on the hunt against Tyler Williams for 8th place. And Rivera, meanwhile, on the hunt against the Labradores for 11th place. Speaking of which, Aziz Moazif, Oshi, well, representing talent, the talent that's being represented by Moazif, Ayun Risu, has started on pole position in the FHWC race at Barcelona, and Moazif is currently running in 14th. Meanwhile, Lexi Bowen, who represents Shogai Noah, who started in 2nd place in the Barcelona race in the FHWC race, is currently leading. Again, contrasting fortunes. Pretty much a touche moment of sorts, as we're seeing this continue to progress. Alright, just gonna take a look here. Hanami Kiriko, we'll see if she's able to get closer to Williams or not. And just reminding you that there are no cars which has been lapped just yet. Lexi Bowden has just crossed the start-finish line. Oh, and that's a very bold way to exit the Doricopa chicane. Siri, meanwhile, is coming to Tetra Rouge. So maybe we might see lap cars after all. Well, just gonna take a short break here, a bit of a toilet break, as we're now also going to see Kiriko try to chase Tyler Williams down. We'll be back in a minute's time. Don't go anywhere. Le Mans, and here comes Kiriko down the inside on Williams. Will it end in tears? It's gonna be ugly. Oh, contact between the two. A bit of a nudge there from Kiriko to try to unsettle Williams, and right now Williams is not very happy with the amount of contact that he's been receiving throughout this race. First, him having to collect a rogue Joshua Zure, and now having to deal with Kiriko. You gotta have to wonder if he is gonna enjoy this anymore. But he is currently down a position against Kiriko, and he will try to ask his listeners if this is grounds for a penalty. Alright, around the grounds moment in the VTRP. Risu has consolidated the lead. Shiragan knows now in 3rd. Rinnochaya in 5th, with Neneji currently in 8th place, still looking for her first win in the FHW in Formula Holo competitions. Meanwhile, we are just gonna pay attention to the current situation here. Jensen currently chasing De Oliveira for 12th place. Williams at 9th. Meanwhile, Joey has already Masarai has not gone on into the pits. She's currently the last place driver, Lexi Bowen, absolutely gonna be gunning to get that get Syrian a lap down. Patterson is doing a solid job in 18th place. He might just take this result. This will at the very least help his matters in JP qualification, where he is currently in the mid-pack after a podium finish at Motegi, no less. Assuming he finishes where he is right now, 18th place will offer him about 40 or rather 38 points. Right now that might be down in the downside. We now see him go down a position that's really already making the pass, and now Seo Byung-eun is gonna make things a bit harder for him. Kyle Gibbons now holds the fastest lap, 3:37.246 for the Roboco driver. Of course, we talked about Gibbons. Winner in ARO competitions. He's a driver who, of course, has won 8 races so far. Won 5 Hololive GT3 races, won 1 Formula Hololive, and 2 HoloProto races. He is a guy who knows how to relay race car. As long as it's got a powertrain and 4 wheels, a steering wheel, seat, and brakes, he will drive it. And he will race it. That is the mentality that Gibbons is carrying throughout his time, even in aero competitions as early as 2022, as one of the few remaining veteran drivers who have stuck around since the start of aero competitions. He is what you call a hardened and savvy veteran in. Not just in sim racing, but also in ARO competitions. You can't help but give a lot of respect to this man who have basically been there from the start and has absolutely proven his credentials. He has won the 2023 Hololive GT3 Japan Series title. He has won multiple races for Roboco. As Martinez is Kagawa. Arndico is currently on the chase as well. 15 laps complete in Le Mans. In what has been another entertaining race so far at the De La Saf. Chill as we continue to have this race on. De Oliveira against Jensen. Or Jensen against De Oliveira against place. Shongo is also catching up onto Ali J. With 8 laps to go here in Le Mans. You can't help but wonder who's going to be taking this checkered flag. But I think this is pretty much set in stone with Lexi Bowen currently occupying the top spot here in the De La Saf. Iron chasing, but of course there's still one more pit stop that these 3 need to take. Gibbons, of course, will be the first who will be going in. Bowen and Iron will be likely to follow soon. And of course, even with the overcast weather, at the very least, it's not raining. 3:39.492 on last lap from Lexi Bowen. 3:38 from Iron, so Iron is actually catching. And here comes Callum Gibbons with a 7.927. So the second and third place cars are catching up to the leaders. You can't help but sense that they might be converging soon. Meanwhile, here comes Shango on the side of Ali J, and it's a great maneuver for these two. Shango looks left and now looks right to make the move for 16th place. And here comes Shango. Down the inside he goes. Ali J will keep it around the outside to just hang on to that position. And it will be Ali J who will be in 16th place. Shango, I believe, is still alongside as Barger now comes in for his pit stop. It's all about way to positioning no car. Indianapolis corner coming up. And right now the answer is going to be sweep around the outside, but it won't be enough to block Ali J. J will still hang around in 17th place as they now come into Arnage. But sweeps around the outside goes Ali J. She's still in it and has a good exit off of Arnage, but it will still be a side-by-side moment because Shango has a better exit, I think. As they now come into the Porsche Cut, they will go side-by-side. Into the corner they go. Oh, and as you can see here, Ali J continues to pile on the pressure onto Shango, and this time Shango will be the one who hits the outside wall, and that is momentum gone for the Ichijo Ririka representative, and it will be Ali J at Maison Blanche ahead. Gibbons in third place against Iron in second. Third place is catching up to second, and second is catching up to first. With one more pit stop to decide this race, who will be ahead? Well, I can't really answer on that one. Young and Adak Patterson make one more pit stop, and that will mean they will lose a lot more time. Joey will also come in for his pit stop. Same with Rudy and Rhino still barreling around. Martinez currently in 6th, to chase Austin down. Has a 30-second penalty that he needs to serve, and actually as does Joey, but it probably doesn't even matter for Joey because Joey's currently at the back, so we'll be dealing with him later. The main crux of the thing will be for Demashnev, which as it stands he will be dropping down into 10th place with his penalty. As expected, Gibbons will be making a pit stop. Same goes for Lorenzo. Demashnev expected to also make a pit stop somewhere down the line as well. But all eyes will be on Bowen and Iron. Is basically running with scuffed tires at the moment. Iron will now be looking at one of the lap cars, and that lap car is indeed Joey running in 22nd. Maserati is also already lapped as well. So Joey will not be causing too much issues there to Ricci. But you should be able to scoot by and give chase to the Jufu driver. Gibbons will now drop down to 5th. The Moshnev and Martinez now go up position 2. And it looks to me that the Moshnev will try to hang on also to the finish as well as Martinez. Okay, where did Martinez start? Oh, it looks to me that the Moshnev might not not make it. Martinez might. There might be a late pit stop activity. All things considered. Alright, we're going to do another around the grounds moment in the VTRP. As we see more battles here, Martinez has now taken third place against Amashnev, but in the VTRP right now, it's Shirogane Noel in second place against Ayuna Risu in first. In comparison, Moaziv is in 13th. Flexi Bowen still leads here in Le Mans. And here's the situation here in Le Mans, but we're not going to dwell on that for long. Anyways, sorry, wrong screen. Side-by-side movement. Gibbons will have the freshest tires of anyone so far, so he should be able to hit Colorado no problem. And he's going to use that to try to bang in qualifying laps if he can. Hope that Bowen and Kyrie are pit as well as Martinez and Lamashnev. Martinez has currently exited Arnage. Same goes for Lamashnev. Martinez might have to make a pit stop here as now. Sorry about that. Going in airing. Make it off later, as Gibbons will now try to lead, see if he can lead at the Porsche curves. Laps of field to go. It looks like she will be pitting on lap 21 or 22. Kagawa is still ahead of Gibbons. Gibbons will try to force the issue at Indianapolis, and around the outside he goes. Still trying to hold off the Mustang. Was trying to limit as much damage as he can after that penalty, which had the Mustang tag Misaki Sakura into a spin and into the wall. Now Gibbons leads Kagawa at the Porsche Colton, which means that he will be able to pull ahead. Taking the position away from Mo Shatter and Reza at the start. And the Oliveira will also come in for a pit stop as well. now at 1.7 seconds. The question is if the top 4 will be making any more pit stops. Iron has kind of lost touch there with Lexi Bowen, who's currently going to lead all the laps here as it stands. Maybe, but she's confirmed to have led the most laps. And Margaret, meanwhile, currently is in 10th place for this race. It's actually a very good run so far. FHWC race in Barcelona and the Le Mans race at oh, here's Seirin coming into the pits, so it will be a very late pit stop for her, and it will be her down in the 23rd place. At this point, we just don't know. So it looks to me that amongst the runners here, I'm just gonna double check here. Sarah in 23rd, Rido in 22nd, Joey in 22nd, Rido in 21st, Patterson 20th, Sobek in 19th, Elu 18th, Shango 17th, Ollie J in 16th, Ed Sky in 15th. Asif, and then there's still the sorry, I'm on the wrong desktop. Alright, back onto the situation here in Le Mans, and Martinez has done an amazing job, currently in 3rd place, but you have to wonder if he has to make another pit stop. The Moshnev will look to drop down all the way to 10th place. Shango and Rudy will be called into the pits. I repeat, Lexi Bowen and Iron will be called into the pits. This will open the door for maybe Martinez and the Mustang to take the checkered flag here. Shango in the pits will be an interesting reshuffle in the order as far as the championship is concerned. Pit stop of the session of this race. Iron will also join in. Martinez is currently in 3rd and possibly with a chance to steal the race win away out of everyone's noses, because he still has a lot of enough fuel to try to make the end. Jake Martinez might actually pull off a one-stop strategy masterclass to bring himself all the way, reminding you of this one, from 15th to a win here by virtue of fuel mileage. But it won't be the case here, as Lexibo has just exited the pits here. Must mean that Lexibo will take the lead back, and it will be confirmed to have led the most laps, led all the laps here in Le Mans. And this will mean that Lexibo will take the checkered flag as far away the best driver so far. Iron has also exited, and it will be her in second place. And Ryan Kagawa has an incident there at the final corner. We'll see what happened with Kagawa. So here's what happened to the Pavolia Rene driver. Trying to make his way against Aaron. Remember what I said about the curves at the final quarter being unforgiving? Oh no, it's actually Hanami Kiriko. Hanami Kiriko has actually made contact with Ryan Kagawa, but I'm not sure who is the one at fault here. This could be a late penalty for Hanami Kiriko if that's the case. She actually committed there. I'm not sure if there's actually contact. I'm not sure if there's actually contact. If anything, it could actually be. I don't know if there's contact. I don't know if there's contact. It looks to me that there was no contact between Kagawa and this one. It will be a tough call for the stewards here on whether or not they will be giving a penalty to Kiriko. But that's fine margins here. It might actually be Kagawa just pushing the pedal too much, and that's him spinning around. And Kagawa out means he will drop down to 23rd place as a result. Martinez is absolutely chasing this checkered flag. He's absolutely chasing this win, but we'll see if this will do him any good. Vlasa Damashev will be set to drop down positions all the way down into 10th place after the penalties, which will give Gibbons 4th place. And Kiriko, who have been involved in the incident here, will look to escape a penalty. Tal Williams in the 92 will look to score 6th place. Ricci in 7th. Daniel Barger will also bring home what looks to be a solid 8th place for the Hoshiomi. And then we also got De Oliveira running in 9th place. The aforementioned Damashev dropping down to 10th after the penalties. Sven Jensen survives this race so far in 11th, with Labradors also having a pretty uneventful race in 12th. Aziz Moazif in 13th place. Distributed. Kagawa will look to go down. And it's going to be Simone who will be the favorite to take the checkered flag. Martinez, Gibbons, Kiriko, Williams, Ricci, Barger, Deliver, and then Damashev, Jensen, Lavadoris, Moazif, Sky, and Ali J. Shongo will look to get back up to 16th place. Liu 17th, Sobyung in 18th, Patterson 19th, and Joey runs out and then we also have Joey, who will look to drop down into let me just check here. 20th will be Masaraidos, and then that's a bit of a lap cars. I will look to have second place secure, but it might be a heartbreak for any of them if they are not careful, as they're not coming into the fourth chicane. And oh, it's very tight here, and that's gonna that's already unsettled. Ricardo Damasha coming in for a late pit stop. This will absolutely have some repercussions in the running order here. Ultimate lap here of this Le Mans 600 race, also coming into its conclusion here also in Barcelona in the VTRP FHWC race. Alexi Bowen have done nothing wrong in this race. Will look to bring home another win for Shirogane Noah as the evergreen driver for the Shirogane Knights. 5 wins since 2022, despite the hiatus in 2023 and 24. Has won 2 HoloProto races so far. 2 in the JP campaign and 1 in the World campaign, which included the one that wins in JP. 3 wins in Hololive GT3. This will make it her 6th win with Shirogane Noel, who apparently is super popular in Japan, but not really popular overseas, based on my optics. Kagawa will be credited with a 23rd place finish, on which I find it to be interesting here. And HoloProto and for herself. And just as a bit of a recap right now, Kagawa 23rd, Rudy 24th. Oh yeah, I just wanted to also highlight the fact that Siren is now also in the 23rd, but I'm just gonna... It's a pretty interesting situation here. Rudy 24, Pranata 25th. Let me just check this one. Pranata 25th, Reza 26th, Sakura 27th, and with Hinchtai 28th, Nakamura 29th, and Angela Sims in 30th place. Right now, with Kagawa already out, oh man, we're gonna have to probably hang around until the end though, as Alexi Bowen has just started the final lap of the Le Mans 600 in the lead here, and just as we're about to end as well, we're gonna give a bit of an update to the FHWC event. Ayuda Riso currently leads by over 33 seconds over Iris and Tokiyami Toa. For comparison, Aziz Mwanziv is currently 13th, Sven Jensen 11th. Jake Martinez will bring home a sensational podium after starting 15th. And here comes the... I'm just going to stay patient. Stay patient. For the record, I don't think Chase Cam is a good camera choice, honestly, because of presentation. There's onboards, but there's still the chase cam. Well, let's not dwell on that for too long, as we're gonna get ourselves back here onto the current situation. Looking to get herself her first win, as Adak-RMS has taken the checker flag here for Adak-RMS has taken the checker flag. Great stuff for her, as Lexi Bowen is about to consolidate a solid race win, looking to clear Dak Patterson, who's currently running in 19th place. Anyways, Lexi Bowen, representing Sugar Noel, have already got herself back onto essentially where she needs to be at the top step. And right now, Bowen have absolutely no reason. Oh, and that's Ed Sky. Ed Sky has a problem right at the end. Hang on, I'm just gonna check where Ed Sky is. Oh yeah, Ed Sky just comes in for a very late pit stop. That's why I thought thought Sky had some reliability issues. But anyways, for Lexi Bowen, it's been a very solid day for her. Led every single lap as it stands. The virtual YouTuber from Virtual Oita, absolutely bringing Oita into the world through Lexi Bowen, who only has a few sets of corners left to finish off this race. Bowen with the charge. Right now she will need to remain patient there. It will be win number 3 for Lexi Bowen. It will be win number 3 for Shuriken Noel in HoloProto. They have already achieved 5 wins together. Make that 6. As Lexi Bowen is about to cross the line, bringing Oita to Le Mans is Lexi Bowen and Shuriken Noel as they take the checker flag in the Le Mans 600 Split B race. Dak Patterson confirms his spot in 18th place as the first driver a lap down. Or rather 19th place as So Byung-eun becomes the last driver finish on the lead lap. Jake Martinez hits right at the end. I'm not sure if this means Martinez finishes 4th. He does. He's doing a Michael Schumacher. He's doing a Michael Schumacher. Oh my goodness me. He's not a Schumacher. He only have lost only a single position. He was about to run out of fuel and he needed to make sure he passes inspection, but we're just about. Alright, so this means Bowen, Iron, Martinez will drop down into 2nd place. Gibbons will be the one who finishes in 4th. Sorry, Gibbons will be the one who finishes on the podium. And Hanami Kiriko 5th, Richie 6th. Richie 6 over Tyler Williams in 7th. Domashnev with the penalty. I think he will just about avoid a penalty, actually. What is going on here? Oh my. And then 9th place will be set to be Yuri Rafael de Oliveira. And Daniel Blogger rounds out the top 10. Sven Jensen will take 11th place. Lapadores 12th. Mozip 13th. And Ali J, the best of the device class card, will finish in 14th. And Sky will look to consolidate 15th place for Iroha. So it's Jensen, Labradores, Mozip J, and Sky. Then it's Sean Gorilio, Sabian, and Dak Patterson, and then Masaraido. And then Joey, and then Saren. Update standings as we go here. We're waiting for So Byung-eun to cross the line. Ollie J will look to have a solid run so far. And she's going to do a Schumacher as well, as that guy is going to possibly steal 14th place away. Could he? And it's gonna be Ollie J! Ollie J just beats that guy! She does a Michael Schumacher! Oh my goodness, that's two drivers doing the Schumacher! And yep, Ollie J is gonna just finish that race on that one. Anyways, if you're coming in for the BTRP, congratulations to Ayun Risu for the win. Chongo will look to finish in 16th, Ryu 17th, So Byung-eun in 18th. I will need to check the race results at the end. And we're waiting for So Byung-eun to cross the line. Man, I do want to know your thoughts about this race, because it's been an interesting race so far. It's been an interesting race from start to finish. We will now see finally crossing the line to confirm the running order here. Alright, so let's take a look into the racing order after 23 laps here at Le Mans. Lexi Bowen takes the checker flag over Iron in second, Cal Gibbons in third. After Jake Martinez went for that last lap on that checker flag pit stop visit, which means Cal Gibbons will take third place, Martinez fourth, Kiriko will bring home a top 5. Martinez done a good job though, gaining 11 positions from the start. Lorenzo Ricci will have to settle for 6th, Williams 7th. And the funny part about the Mashnev is he is 30 seconds ahead of your Rafael de Oliveira, which means that he will keep his 8th place even after penalties. Misaki Sakura will be absolutely fuming to see the Mashnev with that amount of performance in that car. Your Rafael de Oliveira will end up finishing 9th with Daniel Barger coming on to the top 10. Sven Jensen in 11th place for Iris. Alongside him will be Chekalabdor's 12th. Waziv in 13th. Just wanted to confirm here that only 2 drivers will be getting penalties. I just wanted to. Waziv will finish 13th with Risu winning at Barcelona. Ollie J will be the best of the device class cars in 14th place for Kikirara Vivi. And then at Sky in 15th for Kazabay Roha, Bushalgo 16th, Riliu 17th, Sobyong in 18th, Patterson 19th. And Joy will have a 15-second penalty, so this will mean that he will be relegated down to 20th place. Masaraido will be in 20th. Sorry, Masaraido will be in 20th. Joey will be in 21st. Seirin in 22nd. As the last of the runners who did finish in this race. Kagawa with the late race blunder. With Hanami Kiriko, well, look to see him finish in 23rd. There's also Johnny Paranta and Rudy with their retirements in on lap 6. And then there's also Mamatana Reza with a parts failure, which is very much a bad thing for the driver starting on pole. Absolutely gut-wrenching. Hazi Yazid, 27. Misaki Sakura, 28th after contact with Vlasa Damashnev. Nichitayo, who was also involved with the incident with that one. But we do want to... okay, so we're just going to take a look here. Nakamura will be set to not score a point here, actually, as she was actually behind Sims and Hirchitayo when they crossed the line after 3 laps. So we will update this right now. So Masaraido, 20th, Seirin. Okay, so Seirin will finish in 21st. Just wanted to double check. Okay, so 23rd Kagawa, Rudy 24th. Sorry, Ryan Kagawa 23rd, Pranata. Rudy, okay, never mind. Let me just check it. Kagawa 23rd, Pranata 24th, Rudy 25th, Shadowreza 26th, Yazid 27th. Huh. Hazik Yazid is 27th. Hazik Yazid 27th. Sakura 28th. Sakura 28th. And then 29th will be Hinochi Tayo. And Angela Sims will be the last driver on the points scoring sheet. So just wanted to update to you. It's Joey Seirin, Kagawa Pranata, Rudy Shazareza, Haji Yazid Sakura Tayo, Yazid Sakura Tayo, and Sims. Ari Nakamura and Joshua Zurin will end up not scoring points as a result of their positions after each of their respective laps. Joshua Zurin didn't even complete a single lap as he was had his collision with Iron. So that should be all of the results being done here in Split B. And as usual, we're gonna save the replay and we're gonna be taking a look into the championship standings here after, well, this one. But of course, this is what the combined standings would look like. But let's not interest ourselves in this one. So we're just gonna do with a bit of a transmission. Sorry, transmission here. Or sorry, intermission here. Let me just do this and do this. And one more copy and paste before we conclude matters here in this one. All right, so let's take a look into the standings here as we are now going to take a look into the running order of Split C right now. So Byung-eun will still be level. We'll still stay ahead of Lexi Bo, but by only 6 points coming into Mandalika for Split C. Sven Jensen will be in 3rd place with Iron in 4th. Sven Jensen stays in 3rd with Iron in 4th place. Hanami Kiriko have now placed herself in firm contention to qualify for the CO. As does Chaka Labradoris with his result. Rudy has a bit of a blunder. Rudy and Ryan Kagawa have a bit of a mellowed out race here, but they will still be in the CO bubble. Sky and Rilu are trying to make their way into the bubble here, as does Aziz Muazif with his mid-pack heroics to keep himself still within contention. Nakamura with no points on the board will give her a pretty dangerous position will put her in a dangerous position here, as does with Ali Che. As for Dak Patterson, Misaki Sakura, and Hazik Yazid, well, I don't know what to say. They just need a miracle in Mandalika if they want to make their way into the CO series. Meanwhile, in Split D, it gets tight as well. I'm just gonna give a bit of a tiebreaker type of thing, and here it is. Your Rafael de Oliveira is now your leader in Split D, with a 4th place in Fuji, as well as just wanted to double check on this one, and also a 9th place at Le Mans will put him in the lead of the Split D standings over Seirin in 2nd place. It's now finally time for the EN class to finally show up. Daniel Barger only down in 3rd place. And it's still going to be a quite tight challenge for the CO series spots. Masaraido stays in 4th. Shango also in 5th. Tyler Williams has now put himself within CO series contention, as does Callum Gibbons after lackluster showings in Fuji Speedway. As does Jake Martinez, who now occupies the final CO series spot and in Split D. Lorenzo Ricci also trying to get himself back into it, as does Vlasa Demashnev. Johnny Bernata, Hinochi Tayo, and Angela Sims' lackluster race has meant that they are now down outside of the world CO spots here. Joey just staying where he is right now. Shadowreza at serious risk to not qualify for the world CO with his parts failure. With Joshua Zuret, of course, being the defending champion with Jake Martinez having 163 points. The drivers outside the top 10 will absolutely need a miracle in Mandalika to thrust themselves back into the CEO. All right, so we're just gonna check if the results are going to be properly processed or not. And it's not processed. It still says rest canceled. All right, so we're just gonna have to finish off the stream for this weekend. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in for this weekend's Le Mans 600 streams, as well as the streams from the VTRP and with Star Touring and the Formula Holo races. We hope you guys have enjoyed a great time with Hololive Racing for this weekend. We hope to see you again for another time, and that another time will actually be, just gonna double check, it's actually gonna be next week with HoloProto. HoloProto going for round 4. Whether or not it will be hosted in Li Pao or not, we will have to update you later. But hopefully everyone has enjoyed the stream for this weekend. We hope to see you next weekend for more more HoloProto International. My name is Wamisha in the commentary booth, and we'll see you next week. Like we've just been given a bit of a notification that the VTRP have joined in for the stream, although it is a bit too late at this point now. Just to give a bit of a recap, Iron Reese's driver as his wanted finished 13th. Meanwhile, in the ARO, Lexi Bowen for Sugar and Noel have won in the Split B race. And I do wanted to double check on where Sugar and Noel actually finished. Oh yeah, Sugar and Noel is in this one, and she actually had a pretty lackluster race. It finished in 21st. All right, so again, thank you for tuning in for this weekend's streams. We all enjoy the streams as much as I do. See you next week for HoloProto International round 4. We'll keep you updated as to where the venue will be. Anyways, I'm Omar in the commentary booth, and we'll see you next week.